Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Chris, and I will be bringing you the fourth process video for Mini Kit Monday for October. This is still using the 4x4 series that was provided by Janet with RTS Scrapbooking. So right now I'm going through the remaining paper that I have to see what I have to work with. I decide that my bonus piece of paper I'm not going to use. That was the one with the leaves, and I'm going to go ahead and stick with the Echo Park paper. So for this one we have two 4x12 strips, the one in burgundy and the one that's the apples, and then we have a 6x6 cut piece of paper, and I'm going to be using the plaid size. So what I'm trying to do right now is just to see how I can break this up. It's very busy with the different patterns that are on here, and I'm just trying to find the best way to get it laid out where there's a little bit of break between the patterns. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and remove the branding strip from my 12 by 12 piece and go ahead and start laying things down. I decide that I want to use the burgundy piece more as a shelf for my layout, and I'm going to put the apple piece, still keeping it vertical because of the direction of the apples. So I decide to go ahead and just do a tear on the apple paper and hoping that that breaks up just enough with the white, the core of the paper showing through. And then I'm going to glue that down, and I decide that I'm going to go ahead and tear the bottom of the burgundy paper as well. So here I'm going to go ahead and glue that side border down, and as you can see I wasn't able to use the back of the paper as an alternative, so I am going to go ahead and just use the apple side. This layout went together pretty quick. I was very pleased. I'm really happy with this whole 4x4 series. It's amazing how quickly you can get a layout put together. This one I think I did in about 30 minutes. So now I'm going and taking one of the 12 by 12 border sheet strips from one of my sticker sheets, and I'm going to use that on the side. And it left a little bit of a gap at the top, so I'm just trimming that off so everything's even. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that burgundy paper, and like I said, I'm going to go ahead and rip the bottom of this one as well so it matches. And then I will go ahead and glue that down like a shelf. And I thought the solid color worked better for grounding it and having everything else sit on versus the busier paper. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And then what I'm going to do is go back to that sticker sheet again, and I find another border strip. This one is a dark brown wood grain plaid, so I'm going to go ahead and use that again to break up the papers. And now I'm going to go ahead and use that yellow gingham as my background for the picture. Still not popping off enough, so I think I want to mat the picture on a piece of cardstock. I tried the yellow scrap, but that was too bright. So I do go into my cardstock stash, and I find this green one which matches the darker green apples. And I go ahead and mat it on that. And here we go. And I think that helps to get the picture to pop off against all that busy pattern paper that is laying down. And I decide that I'm going to go ahead and rip the bottom of that paper as well, although when I'm done embellishing it you barely see the bottom of the paper. And that's it for the layout design. It's very simple, went together quick. Now it's just a matter of going through the embellishments and embellishing it. To try and break it up a little bit more, I am throwing one of those leaf doilies behind. So I was able to get 2 of them used up this month, which was kind of nice. And I'm just getting that glued down. And I'll butt that up almost to the edge so that the leaves are just dangling to the edge of the paper. So now that I have that down, I'm going to go ahead and glue my picture down. And there we go. Now, one of the things that I have in my bits and bobs from a scrapbook and cards today was an acrylic word autumn, and then there was an acrylic leaf, and I really wanted to get those onto a layout. So I'm going to pull those out of the tray and use those first. I tried auditioning it at the bottom of the layout, and I didn't care for it there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it at the top of the picture and use that as my title. And then I find that leaf, and it fits really good in that corner down below. I'm going to go ahead and use the frame that says family, since this is my daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandbaby. And I thought that was appropriate for their visit to the apple orchard a few years ago. So I'm putting family below. And then I'm just going to go through the sticker sheet. I did look at the chipboard. That was mainly Thanksgiving-ish. And this was a trip to the apple orchard. So I'm going to put that to the side, and I'm going to mainly stick with the 12 by 12 sticker sheet for this layout again. So I find that cute little fox, and I'm going to pop him in the bottom left-hand corner. And let's see. I'm looking at the sheet for more items. And I find this So Thankful for You banner. And I am grateful for them and my beautiful grandbaby. And I'm going to find the sticker that says Fall is in the Air. And I was thinking about putting it towards the top by the word autumn, but I kind of like how it tucked in with the fox. And to finish off that cluster, I'm going to grab a brown leaf from the sticker sheet and I'm going to tuck that in above. And I'm pretty happy how that looks. Now I'm going to grab a wreath, and there's only one, so what I'm going to do is cut it in half. And I'm going to use part at the top and tucking that in. And then I'm going to put the other part at the bottom that's going to run from under the family tag to the banner that says So Thankful for You. And then I can put that acrylic leaf in there, and it's just nestled in the center. So here I'm going to go ahead and glue down the autumn. And I'm just using some quick dry adhesive in my fine line bottle. And I'm going to pop that above. And it overlaps that little wreath. And now I'm just looking to see what else I can throw on. So here I'm going ahead and glue that leaf down. And then I had another, some, I don't know if they're acrylic or enamel stickers, but one was a leaf and one was an acorn. And so since I didn't have 3 of the acrylic leaves, I felt like those could be the 3 since they're enamel. Now what I'm going to go through is I find a leaf clip that I have had in my stash, and I just tuck that in at below family, and it kind of runs and is like a shelf for that to sit on. I'm just gluing down a couple of the little leaves on the edges. Like I've said, I've had these for a long time in my stash, and over the years they've gotten a little beat up, so by gluing it down it doesn't look so beat up anymore. And now I'm going to go and throw some enamel dots. I have enough to put 3 green in the bottom right hand corner, in the top by the title, and then I only have 1 to put down by the fox, but I think that's okay. I just nestle it in by his tail. And you'll find with the big enamel dots, I tend to tuck them under items so they don't look so big and sticking out. And it seems to bring the color in but not have them standing out as much. So this is it for my layout and the end of my 4x4 series. Here's some close-ups for you. I want to thank you for coming and joining me with my first month of Mini Kit Mondays.